Good evening, or
Evening.
whatever
Hello.
time it is where you're watching. Welcome back to Engines and Unfinished Business. This is a thing we do very occasionally, and we've done some things.
I haven't. You've done some things.
I've done some things.
You have been under pressure to do the...
Yes, I get it. You'll understand it when you see what's actually been done. So for some incredibly foolish reason, we didn't bother to label all the earths as we took them off over a year ago. And it turns out there are some that we should have put on earlier, like this one down here on the gearbox. There we go. So the only other earth left to connect up now is this one, but where this goes is a I think it's like an insulator plate that goes on top of this engine mount that we're not going to bother with for the initial startup. So I'm just going to connect it to here. Should be an earth. Hopefully that'll be alright. Just, remind us to reconnect it properly when we reinstall everything that goes down here. Just want to make sure I'm getting a good earth here, so I'm just going to run a thread chaser over both the bolt and the hole. And that is, at least for now, all the earth's in. So if I want to turn Misty's engine over, we're going to need a battery. I don't hold out much hope for this one being salvageable, considering it was last used nearly 3 years ago, but let's have a look. Less than 1 volt on there at the moment, so it's not nothing, but probably too far gone. So while I do other stuff, I'll just leave this chooching. Come back and see if it gets any better. So some of you probably noticed last time, we connected the fuel feed line up to the fuel filter, but didn't bother to connect the return up, so let's rectify that now. Fill out this bolt that's just been there to keep it closed. Having said that, I've just noticed that this end of the fuel return line is looking really perished and cracked, so I'm actually just going to replace this. The other thing is it's got this double layer sheathing on, so I'll transfer that over as well, and I've also bought some new clips. And there we have. Nice new hose. Time to do something I probably should have done a while ago, which is fill the engine with oil. So I can start with about 4 litres. See how that looks. I love the look of fresh oil. This looks like golden syrup. Looks delicious. Probably isn't. About 1 litre left, so that's 4 litres in. Let's see how that looks. So as you can see there, that's pretty much at the full line. So yeah, we're nearly full there already, so I'll leave it at that, and then when we turn it over and prime everything, we'll have to put some more in, but for now, that's good. And finally, I can remove this sign. So it's been about an hour. Should we see if we've made any progress? Probably not. Oh, okay. We're getting 11 volts now, I did not see that coming. Yeah, let's keep going. There we go. That was way harder than it should have been, but I finally have all 4 subframe bolts in. So that's the subframe all bolted in, torqued up all the bolts that aren't suspension bushes because they need to stay loose until the car settles on its wheels. So now I've just got to check in on the battery and see how that's doing. So we're now over 5 hours in. Let's see where we're at. No, we're not getting above 12 volts. I think I can safely say this battery is dead. So, off to pick up a new one. So here's our replacement battery. So for this first turnover, I don't want to start the engine, just want to get the oil moving, make sure there's no leaks, make sure pressure comes up. So I'm going to be doing it as if it was a compression test, starting with removing the EFI fuse, which is this one here. So I'll just stick that in there for safekeeping. And I've also got to remove the plug from hell, which is down here at the bottom of the distributor. Took a bit of finagling, but I got it, there it is. So now this is it, we are ready to turn this engine over. I'm going to do a once over of everything, make sure I've not made any stupid mistakes, and let's do it. So I want to make sure she's in neutral, even though the wheels are off the ground, just don't want to turn anything over, so that should be neutral. Alright, first up, let's just put it to accessory and see what happens. Okay. I don't know what that noise is, but if it doesn't stop, I'm going to be concerned. So the noise is coming from the front of the car. I suspect it's the power steering pump. That's future Matt's problem. It doesn't get in the way of what we're going to try now. So I'm just going to crank the engine for 5 or 10 seconds and see if the oil pressure light goes out, and then again look underneath and see if anything started leaking. I saw the light flicker, it didn't go out. Oh, I'm so happy it at least turned over. I generally wasn't convinced it would. So right now I'm just looking around the oil pump, as we did completely rebuild that. And I can't see any signs of leaking. Same with around the sump. In fact, I can't see any signs of leaking anywhere underneath. So that can only be a good thing. Now I've let the starter cool off, I might crank it for another 5 or 10 seconds just to see if we can get that oil pressure light to go off, and then call it a day. So I'm going handheld, so I want the camera to be able to see the oil pressure light as well. So there you can see there, a little red oil can. Well, so far no luck. But I've been doing some research and discovered a couple of different things. First is that opinions seem to differ on whether it's possible to get the oil pressure light to go out just on the starter motor, but some people claim they've done it. Second is that having rebuilt the oil pump, we need to prime it, which basically just means run it, get some oil in there, which can take a bit of time and effort. People often do it using a drill before the engine's back in. Obviously we didn't do that. But in order to do that, what we should do is take the spark plugs out so the engine's got an easier time turning over. And honestly, it feels a bit silly for not thinking of that anyway. It should have been, you know, we were already doing it like a compression test, so I should have taken the spark plugs out to begin with. I'm going to do that now instead and see how that goes. Alright, let's try this again. There's our oil light. So it definitely sounded different without the spark plug. Seemed like it was turning over quicker. Let's give it another go. Nothing. So I've decided to give this one more go, as after those last attempts the battery was sitting at, I think, just over 12 volts, which is not ideal. So I've had it on this very slow trickle charger for the last few days. I've finally got my green charge light, which means it's at full charge. Don't know much about these things, but I'm pretty sure brushed DC motors, more volts means faster spinny, more likely to get oil pressure, so let's give it a go now. So, got the spark plugs out still, got the battery connected up. Let's see if we can get that oil pressure light to go out. Still nothing. So I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I think if the oil pump did need priming, it should be primed by now. I've turned it over so much, but I'm not getting that light to come out on the dash. Like I said, I've heard mixed things online as to whether or not the starter motor can even turn that light off, so I need to find another way of verifying oil pressure before I carry on. But at least for now, I think we've got the engine turning over. That's a milestone, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to leave it for this video and come back to this next time. And for anyone who watched that and thought I was an idiot for trying to charge that battery, you are correct. I discovered afterwards that once the voltage drops below something, I can't remember what, it's dead. So yeah, that was a waste of time, but we got a new battery and that's at least working, so that's all good. What else is going on?
I don't know.
We still haven't moved house.
No.
We still don't know when we'll move house.
No. But you think you'll get the car ready, so that's good.
I'm quietly optimistic, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it like... So we've just had our 3-year wedding anniversary. Well, last month was our 3-year wedding anniversary. We've been doing this a long time.
We've been in this house for 2 years and Misty hasn't moved at all since we moved here.
And she still needs a bath. She's still dreadful.
And how long were we in the workshop before moving here? That was over a year, or just under a year.
Yeah.
So it's probably been around 3 years since Misty moved under her own power.
So you're never going to drive this car?
Yeah.
Oh, my tea tastes off.
Oh, bad milk?
I hope not. I made the dinner with it.
The dinner was nice. Can you give us a sniff? Smells alright to me. I don't drink tea with milk anymore though.
I don't know. I was actually thinking the other night, did we used to sit, me on this side and you on that side? Because I feel like it was the other way around.
Oh, I think it was this way.
We're going to have to look back some of the old videos.
Is that where everyone knows which one is which? Sophie, Matt?
Yeah.
I think that's how it was. Remember back to that first episode when you had your notebook with stuff to do and shit to buy?
Yeah, I was there, wasn't I?
I think you were there.
I'm pretty sure I was there.
We'll check and let you know in the next video. If in the next video we're the other way around, that's because we realised that we were wrong all this time.
I'm sure I was there.
We'll check and find out.
Yeah.
So yeah, mission for next time is just to try and see if there is oil pressure, and if not, figure out what to do about it. And that's it for now. Till then, thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Bye bye.